and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
AMP2.TV presents Tell Us Your Business, where you're invited on the air to tell us what makes your business stand out in the community. It's important we hear from you to tell us all we need to know about what you do best. Tell Us Your Business uses the latest radio and television production systems, and all shows can be seen on AMP2.TV. If you have a question for our guest, call 888-565-1470. Now, let's get ready as our guest hits the airwaves and informs us about what we need to know on Tell Us Your Business.
Tell Us Your Biz. I'm Odette Potter with Linden Nursing Service, and I'm here tonight with my beautiful co-host, Satania Newville. Hi, Sue.
Hi. Happy to be here with you again.
Thank you. Sue is with Linden Concierge. I'm with Linden Nursing, and she's with Linden Concierge. So tonight, I'm going to be probing her with some questions about Linden Concierge. What is that about? How it all started? So Sue, tell me a little bit about Linden Concierge.
Sure. I'm with Linden Concierge Care, and we are a boutique private duty company. It's an agency, and what we do is we provide help to seniors that need assistance with care providers in their home, and just to help to keep their quality of life at the standard that they're accustomed to. As a nurse and being in the field and the industry, as you know, you are in it as well, for many years, and you speak with clients, you pinpoint what it is that they really need and what they're looking for. And yes, we have caregivers out there that really do their best to provide the services and the care that these clients need, but they were voicing to me that they needed more. Not only were they looking to be able to have assistance with their activities of daily living, like just getting up and getting ready for the day and their meal preparation and assisting with reminders with medication, but they still wanted to be able to go out, socialize with friends, engage in events that they were not able to do on their own. You know, obtain tickets to a show. We service the Palm Beaches, and so the Kravis Center, as you know, is in West Palm Beach, and many of them would say, I have longed to go to a show, but just to have someone to assist me in purchasing the tickets, to take me there, to sit with me so we can socialize and enjoy together and discuss afterwards, was important to them. And so we found that the concierge was able to provide that environment, that assistance, and so that is what we're working on. I believe we are the future of healthcare, and we have raised the standard and continue to raise the standard in excellence in client care.
Tell me what sets the concierge model aside differently from the registry model, which is Linden Nursing.
Sure. The concierge is an employment-based agency. So the care providers who we address as executive care personnel because they do so much more than just the regular daily care and, you know, the errands, the meal prep. They're so much more than that. They sometimes become so involved that they're considered family members. That relationship and that compatibility with the client and engaging in not only the important things that get them through the day, but the things too that they desire that they used to do that they're no longer able to do. And here comes someone in the home that has them playing bridge again or is taking them to the salon afterwards and then having lunch. I think that's a wonderful thing, and it has made such a difference in the quality of life for these individuals. We also have a difference with our care personnel in that they are trained. We keep them up on top of training, and that's something that the employment model is able to do. That's a benefit of the employee model for us, is that we can continuously train our personnel to always be up to date with everything changing in the healthcare industry and also to better serve their client. So that's something we focus on that's different. We have a special training as well in modern manners and etiquette. I believe that's something that's very integral and so important to the clientele that we provide these services for. So we listen as an An agency and a successful agency, I think the key to being that successful is listening to the needs and the requests of your client. And that's what we tend to do. And then from that, we find a good individualized care plan for each of our clients. And we do that through training them. As supervised, a nurse that supervises takes them into the home, orients them to every individual that they provide services to. So it's really tailored to your needs. It's unique. It's like your own fingerprint, your service for you.
Okay, so in general, one might get a phone call that mom or dad or a loved one needs care. And can you send an aide out immediately?
No.
Tell me how it works, because there's a difference with both models. Explain that for me for Linden Concierge Care.
Absolutely. For us, we are about the holistic approach with the client, not just achieving daily goals that is set for a care plan from a doctor. We also go in to assess the home setting of the client, the interests of the client, the dynamics in the home, because sometimes you have multiple individuals in the home. And when that caregiver goes in there, they're just not considering the client, but they have to consider the client's home setting. So what is done in the intake process is that there is a home assessment. There is an administrative representative that goes into the home, sits with the clients, understand the structure of their daily living, and from that they're able to select an executive personnel that they will then return to the home that they believe is a good match, and they are then oriented to that client's individual need and home setting.
So this sounds like it's like a good fit when you select that care partner. You call them an executive care personnel.
Yes.
This is something that's tailored not just to what they're telling you over the phone, but based on your professional assessment.
Correct.
In the home, if they have a dog, if they have a cat, if they have allergies, am I correct? Tell me
Absolutely.
about meals, because one of the questions that I get all the time is, well, my girl, because, you know, seniors are allowed to call us that.
Absolutely.
And we welcome it.
Yeah, no.
Is she able to cook? Does she understand that I'm kosher? You know, I like my table set a certain way. And I know you mentioned that they get extra training on etiquette.
Yes, they
and I'm assuming cultures and religion and the diversity of things. Dig a little deeper on that for me, so that our guest understands how boutique-y and how tailored
I love it.
Linden Concierge is, how personal it is to the client's needs, maybe even their family, because again, all things are factored when you pick that caregiver. So go a little
Absolutely.
bit deeper.
So in the intake process, if meal preparation is required, we take the time to find out how is it that the client prefers to be presented with their meals, if they're on any special diet. That's the most important in finding that out, and how they would like their meals prepared. Upon obtaining that information, we also find out about the meal setting, mealtime. How would you like where would you like to sit for dinner? Some clients like to sit at their formal dining table with a formal setting. Some clients like to sit out on their patio in the afternoon to watch the sunset. So it really comes down to their preference and their meal preferences and what they're able, as you know, for their nutrition really, to be able to have. So those are things that we also train on within the office before they go out and orient with that client, so they get a general training on a formal table setting and informal table setting, understanding if a client is still in the middle of their meal, if there's anything additional that the client needs while they're having their meal. They're really there in that capacity as well as a service for dinner time, because it is important to try to maintain the quality and the standard of life that a client has. They've never nobody asks to lose their independence or need
That's right.
assistance, but an executive care personnel chooses to be of service in that caliber. So when we train an individual, it's really advocating for the best interest of the client. We are here because we want to be here. A client is not in a certain place, not able to assist themselves because they want to be there. So that's the change that we make, is that we enter that not only with the diligence of achieving the job, but also doing it with a lot of compassion.
Okay. Well, that is not normal. And for my years of being in this business, home care, private home care, this is something that is a little bit above the norm. And if anything needed, you mentioned prior getting a ticket if they wanted to go to the theater. How does that work? Are they purchasing the ticket on their behalf, for themselves? Is your office doing it, or is it the caregivers that are assisting with that? How would they get there? So I do understand that they may have a car, but what happens if you have a client that says, I need to have a car service take me because I'm going out with a few friends, and we don't want our caregiver to be working that day. We want them to be a part of whatever is going on. Who makes that? Are is Linden Concierge Care able to do that for
Yes,
them?
we are affiliated with network resource providers.
Okay.
And so we will partner with agencies and companies that provide these services. And so if a client is in need, then yes, we do reach out to them, and we are able to create that and go through the due diligence of making sure that happens. Because as you know, the executive personnel, and to all you out there, works very closely with the office. That's what makes it a beautiful thing. And that's what really sets us apart and gives us that standard that we hold ourselves in high esteem too, is that when you get a care provider, you not only get that person in your home, but you get a whole team of concierge personnel, administrative representatives waiting in the wings to assist, to make sure that what it is that you are requesting, that we can provide for you. So in an event like that, you had asked me, does the caregiver purchase the tickets? Does the client purchase the tickets? It depends. We can do all of the above. If the client would like to purchase the tickets through their means, then they are so happy to do that, and that's able to be done. And if it's from the concierge and from the administrative, as a plan that they've set up for themselves, we can do that for them
Okay.
as well.
And when you say as a plan, what does that mean? Because this doesn't sound like it's a cookie cutter type
No.
of care. It's very tailored, and it seems to be different. So if, like I said before, I need a 24-hour, 12-hour aid for my mom, and that's it. That's not the case. But what happens in the absence of family members, or if there is a care manager involved? Go a little bit further for me when you say, you know, not the cookie cutter, but the added stuff that's needed. How do we do that? How do you do that as a company?
Sure. As I mentioned to you earlier, everyone's care and their care plan and their care needs are tailored so unique, like it's their own fingerprint. So it really depends on the interest of the client. It is built tailored to the interest, their abilities as well, because not all plans apply to everyone.
The needs might be different.
That's right. Needs
Okay.
might be different. So those things are taken into consideration. And that is the way we tailor it, step by step. We tailor it from your ADLs, which is your necessary care,
What does ADL mean?
activities of daily
Oh,
living.
that's for the
Thank
our
you, Odette.
people out
Yes,
there who
please
don't
forgive me if I
understand
didn't
the
mention that before.
abbreviations.
I know better than that. No, it's your activities of daily living, and it constitutes of bathing, dressing, grooming, toileting, hygiene, errands, ambulations, transfers, things that you're able to get through your day from a physical standpoint. And then when I speak on the social resources, that's your leisure. That's still being able to have your friendships, keep your friendships established, still keep that small community that you have around you and make you social. And then you have the event resources or the travel resources of wanting to have a travel escort from one place to the other, to take you to the doctor, to take you somewhere. And these are things that we tailor individually to each client.
Wow, what an experience
Yes.
that must be.
It's
I think
wonderful.
I might need some of those services. I have to start saving up for that time of being-
561-408-2598.
Thank you. I don't even have to ask her, how do we contact Linden Concierge Care? You want to tell us that number again?
Sure, it's 561-408-2598. You can visit our website at lindenconcierge.com, and you can read and learn more if I have missed anything today. Odette, however, is very thorough with her questions, so I think by the end, you should have
It'll
it
be
all.
okay. Well, thank you. We're just going to take a little break. There's such a wonderful wealth of information that you've given to us, and there's a lot. And if you're out there, if you're listening on the radio and you want to check us out on Facebook, listen in, watch, you can do that at AM2 TV Productions, and that's on Facebook. We'll be back in a minute.
See you.
Along the sun-drenched beaches of Boca Raton lies AMP2 Media. We strive to bring rising stars and their fantastic work into the spotlight. From music to art, we have the tools and the talent you need to help you reach the next level. AMP2 Media is proud to announce our new scoring platform for reality shows, movies, and videos. We have the ability to highlight music according to what the eye sees on the screen. Our excellent mastery of music allows us into the deepest part of your film. Our different sounds allow your film work to come to life. For more information, call our studios at 866-224-5422 or visit our website at amp2.tv. Let AMP Media Productions bring your media to life.
You are listening to Tell Us Your Business, where our invited guests share all the knowledge of their business and how important it is what they do in our community. If you want to be part of the conversation, call into the show at 888-565-1470 and tell us what's on your mind. Now, back to Tell Us Your Business.
Welcome back to Tell Us Your Biz. I'm Odette Potter with Linden Nursing, and I'm here with Satania with Linden Concierge Care.
Hi, Odette.
Hi. I hope you guys are enjoying this. And let me remind you, if you're listening on the radio, you can also check us out on Facebook at AM2 TV Productions. We would love to see your comments, and we hope you're enjoying this. So I'm here grilling Satania on Linden Concierge, which she describes as a boutique type of care service.
Yes.
The pandemic has hit the entire country, world, in a way that is emotionally stressful, in every way. When you think of the anxiety that we went through with the shift and the change, how did you guys manage? You're still here. How do you deal with a client or that says, what are you doing? Are they vaccinated or are they testing? And we went through that phase where we were all doing everything and we've done everything. Tell us about your executive care personnel when it comes to the mask, when it comes to the washing of hands. Are you guys training them or orientating them on such, the universal precaution outside of the regular things that we would have done in general? Because we weren't wearing masks. We weren't trying to scrub our hands every 2 seconds of the
Right.
day. So go through that step with me.
Yeah, it for now I felt like has become our new normal of having to take into consideration every facet of our day is kind of sometimes driven or dictated by the pandemic and the restrictions and the awareness and the education. Let me just tell you, we were solid. I used to say, oh, we are the rock. But under pressure, I'm seeing we're becoming diamonds out here. Really, we are. Because when you think your standard of excellence is so high, but you're really faced with a pandemic that no one has ever
Seen
experienced.
before, yeah.
And you have to ensure we are here for patient and client safety. And we have to make sure that we continue to achieve that. And so when the pandemic came on, it was obviously, new territory for everyone. And we had many discussions. We first approached the training of the caregivers, even before the vaccine was ever a thing, because before it was understanding infectious practices of infectious diseases, and that was the first thing that we tackled, educating our clients and educating our personnel. This way they understood how to take those preventative measures until a better solution could arise or be available to us. So yes, they were trained, our care personnel was trained in infectious practice diseases. Over again, they already have it, but we do a continuous education when needed. And they were also provided with PPEs, how to don them, how to remove them, masks, N95, face shields, gloves, gowns, boot covers, understanding the social distancing, understanding hand washing practices, having available to them hand sanitizers in the event they're out with their client and they are not able to get to a faucet to wash their hands. So these were things that we did in the initial stages of COVID. And as we started to understand more about it and we started to navigate our new normal, once we learned of the vaccine and the availability of the vaccine, we did educate. That's a big thing, education.
Absolutely.
It is still optional for you and we respect your choices, but we did educate on the importance of vaccination and how it saves lives. And that's where we went. And most of our caregivers are vaccinated, clients are vaccinated, and we continue to educate and we continue to hope that the population can continue to work together as a group so we can overcome this. But as a company, we have learned how to rise above and to continue to keep our clients safe. And I'm so happy to say that we are doing that. And our endeavors is to continue to do that.
Well, I know you're not lying about the sanitizers, because I have one here. Well, so Tanya doesn't have one of hers. But
I don't have one.
It's a
No
little bit
pockets
more
in my
polished,
dress.
You know, it's that little black dress. Mine is green.
Yeah.
You know, so it's loud and out there. But yes, but
Mm-hmm.
Boutique goes black. And
Yes.
that's what they're.
Yes.
If you see
Yes.
the logo, it's black and white. That says very chic.
Mm-hmm.
So it is important that we understand the precaution of certain things, and we understand that wearing the mask is important, changing the mask and washing
Correct.
the hands is important.
Correct.
Now, what happens if someone needs services and it is 8 o'clock at night, and what would they do? People might think, well, the office is closed. We have to wait till tomorrow morning, or we have to take mom or dad to the hospital because we can't get service at a last moment. In a short notice span, if you got a phone call that says, I need your help, and I've seen your, not sure if you guys are still in the airport, but I know there was advertisement in the airport. I've known people have said that. How can you help me?
Well, if it is a true emergency, 911, that's the quickest way to get help. And I always want to impress that if you feel it is life-threatening, yes, we're always happy to, be of assistance and to provide a service. But if you feel your life is at risk, 911 is the call to make. If we get that call in the night, we are 24/7. Our office hours are 9 to 5:30, but not because our office doors close mean we stop working. We never stop working, and we have someone that's on call all the time to answer your calls. And so that's the way we achieve that. And so if it is a situation where someone can come out to see you and it's able to provide that service, we do our absolute best and our due diligence to see what we can do in that regard.
And could you remind us of the number that they would call?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm all too happy. 561-408-2598.
And what is the website again?
Linden, Lynden, concierge, concierge.com.
Talk about being thorough.
Yes.
And if the concierge model is not for you and you're looking for a registry model, you can look for Linden Nursing Service, and the number for that is 561-434-5005. And the concierge care is licensed for Palm Beach, but Linden Nursing Service is licensed for both Broward and the Palm Beaches. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Did you?
I
you
did.
enjoy spending
No,
time
I
with
did.
us?
I did. I had so
And
much
telling
fun
us
with
your
you.
biz?
Always, always. I know you always like to hear my business, so I'm always happy to provide the information. But yes, once again, and I just wanted to reach out in closing just to say that if you are thinking about care, you're not ready for care, but you're seeing in the close future that you may have questions that we didn't answer here, please feel free to give us a call. You don't have to refrain from giving us a call if you're not prepared to start. We're always happy to educate and provide the information that you need for yourself, for a loved one. And thank you for having us.
Thank you for listening. Tell us your biz. I'm Odette Potter, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
Have a good night.
This has been Tell Us Your Business, where a special guest comes on every week and tells us what they do. All shows can be seen on amp2.tv, and if you wish to be a guest, call 866-224-5422 and tell us about your business. That's 866-224-5422. This has been an amp2.tv